From the NMSU Department of Journalism and Media Studies in collaboration with KRWG, this is the student-produced News 22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Giandra Hernandez.
And I'm Elijah Cadvales.
El Paso Walmart mass shooter Patrick Cruces will soon be on his way back to prison, where he'll spend the rest of his life. Yesterday, he was escorted out of the courtroom after hearing painful, emotional, and even hopeful stories of forgiveness from survivors and family members of the victims he violently massacred in 2019.
35 victims and family members of those killed took the witness stand over 2 days to let the gunman know how he impacted their lives. El Paso County Sheriff Oscar Ugarte led the Walmart mass shooter out of the courtroom about 3:30 p.m. yesterday. Judge Sam Medrano officially handed the gunman over to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve the rest of his life in prison. This is likely the last time El Pasoans will see the mass killer.
Right, it's getting pretty warm out there, don't you think?
I know, it's getting pretty hot. I think so.
Heba, what else can you tell us?
Thanks, guys. We'll go ahead and take a look at our live look before we look at our current conditions. This is the NMSU campus. It's really beautiful. There's not a lot of wind. There's a little bit of breeze. It's really sunny. It's really warm. Hopefully we'll see really nice temperatures ahead. Now, taking a look at our current conditions, we have clear skies. The temperature is 84 degrees. The wind southwest at 11 miles per hour. Humidity at 5%. Dew point at 5 degrees. And the barometer at 29.67 inches. Now today our high was 87 degrees, our average was 81, our low was 52, and taking it back to 1965 when we had a high of 93 degrees. In 1968 we had a record low of 35 degrees. There was no rain today, which leaves our yearly precipitation at 0.05 inches. That's all I have for your current conditions, and we'll take it back to the desk.
And the beautiful mountains here in southern New Mexico are a wonderful place to get outside and hike.
But if you must be careful, if you take a tackle fall, you could have trouble getting help, and that's where the Mesilla Valley Search and Rescue comes in. And News 22's Jacqueline Ruiz shows us rescue dogs are a big part of the team.
For Ziva, Milo, Lexi, Wave, Tabby, Willing, Ayla, and Aquila, Sunday morning is a time to train. They're search and rescue dogs, so they have to keep their skills sharp for those critical times when they're needed. These dogs use their skills every Sunday morning to train for the unexpected.
Yes, show me. Yeah.
Using different types of training helps the dogs practice for a real rescue.
Let's go find more.
Nancy Chanovier is the dog team leader at Mesilla Valley Search and Rescue, shares what training these dogs exactly do. She says the dogs are an indispensable part of every search and rescue.
So we have some dogs that have been practicing doing live finds where they're looking for somebody who might be lost. We also have several other training aids that we've placed out in the field, human remains training aids, and so we're having some of the dogs search for those sources.
Searching for a missing person takes a lot of training, and a lot of trust goes into trusting your dog.
These dog owners use their dog's senses and practice out in the field.
We have located the subject.
The president of the Mesilla Valley Search and Rescue says it's all about teamwork.
You know, the bond that you make with your dog when you're doing all this kind of stuff, it makes you guys really just work better together, and understanding there's a lot of trust in the dog to know that what they're doing and what they're finding, and I do human remains with my dog, and so I have to trust that he knows where he's going.
They go out and do this because
for me it's a really rewarding activity. It's something I get to do with my dog, and something that's a way of giving back to the community.
Training for real rescue is what this team is doing. Jacqueline Reese, News 22.
Good.
And don't go too far, because Heb will be back with your national weather forecast.
But first, people in Alamogordo are learning how to save lives. More on that when News 22 continues.
Welcome to the Volunteer Woodworker. I'm your host, Charles Brock. Come with me as we drive the back roads, bringing you the story of America's finest woodworkers. Each episode shares the artist's inspiring story, their techniques, and their artistic work.
Tuesday at 2 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
Welcome to Milk Street's My Family Recipe. We bring home cooks to our Boston studio where, along with our host and pastry chef Cheryl Day, we help home cooks rediscover lost family recipes.
You're gonna be able to bake this cake.
I can do it.
Then we send them home to recreate that recipe for the toughest audience, their own family.
Mom, that's really good.
Right here on Milk Street's My Family Recipe.
Friday at 2:30 on KRWG Public Media.
Welcome back. You're watching News 22 Wednesday,
where news matters. Many people are trained on how to do CPR, but what about learning to stop active bleeding wounds?
That's right. A new class is being offered for everyone across the country. Stop the Bleed is a national campaign encouraging and teaching bystanders to help in a bleeding emergency. News 22's Jaremata Nornelis has the story.
The Otero County school lunch ladies spent their afternoon learning how to keep people from bleeding to death.
What if you could save somebody's life?
Socorro Heft is a nurse. She's the instructor. If something terrible happens in the lunchroom, they'll know what to do.
We spread around the information. It's like CPR. If you spread that information, you can save lives.
They practice on dummy limbs, how to use gauze, apply pressure, and even a plastic bag to stop the bleeding. They even learned how to use a tourniquet, slipping it on near the wound, tightening until it stops the bleeding, and clipping the rod into place.
And then leave that finger in there. You'll leave both hands.
Take it out of the package and get it ready.
This class might sound like a lot of fun, especially because of the quick tutorials and the videos, but in fact, you're learning how to save lives.
Just like CPR, the more people that can be trained and feel empowered to use these skills, the more likely it is that we can all help to save someone else in the event of a life-threatening emergency.
The average time to bleed out is 3 to 5 minutes, but it takes first responders an average of 7 to 10 minutes to arrive in urban areas, a lot longer out in the country. That's why 40% of trauma-related deaths come from bleeding and why it's important for someone to stop the bleeding while waiting for help. That's why these lunch ladies are learning to stop bleeding accidents from escalating. Socorro says if people have the knowledge and the right equipment, they can save lives. Jaremata Nornelis, News 22.
Interested in signing up? Classes are free and you can sign up online through stopthebleedcoalition.org, where you can find more information and a class being held near you. And Wolf Wednesday is back here at NMSU with finals coming up. Students can use this moment to de-stress.
Wolf Wednesday started shortly after COVID-19. A couple of professors at NMSU started the monthly tradition as a means to bring a sense of friendly comfort to campus. The dogs are owned by NMSU professors and have been trained as therapy dogs. The main goal is to help students, staff, and faculty relax and de-stress.
They're all certified through a therapy dog organization, so they are trained to know how to interact with people and know how to be around each other. And we have all different shapes and sizes, ages, breeds.
And don't worry, because Wolf Wednesday will be back on campus next semester if you find yourself needing a furry friend.
Well, it's looking pretty nice out here in Las Cruces, but what else can we say about the rest of the country? Heba?
Thanks, Gia. Well, tonight we're going to go ahead and look at our national weather forecast. We're going to look at tonight's forecast. We're going to see pretty chilly temperatures across the board. Starting out in the northern Rockies, we're going to see high 20s to high 30s to mid 40s. Looking at the East Coast, we're going to see mid 50s to high 60s. And in the southernmost region, we're going to see low 60s to low 70s with a lot of rain. We're going to see a lot of rain in Houston at 73 degrees, New Orleans 71 with partly cloudy skies, Dallas 67 with a lot of thunderstorms, and Memphis 63 with a lot of showers. Now taking it to my next map. Tomorrow's weather, we're going to see some pretty sporadic temperatures across the board. Starting out in the New England area, we're going to see high 60s to mid 70s. In the southeast, low 80s to low 90s, so a lot of varying temperatures. Now looking at the northern Rockies and the Great Plains, we're going to see 40s, 50s, and 60s. And finally, in the West Coast, we're going to see low to mid 70s and high 80s. Now, looking at my last map, this is a pressure map. So if you're not familiar with that, low pressure indicates that cold air is rising to the top, condenses, and results in a whole lot of rain. And high pressure results in fair weather. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of low pressure across the nation, so we will be seeing a lot of rain over the next few days. So we are looking forward to that before the summer is in full swing. That's all I have for your national weather forecast. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back with your local temperatures after the break.
There is a rich story beyond the black and white. David Rubenstein and some of the nation's leading historians reveal the history makers who shaped the America we live in today.
This was a very tumultuous time for the American people.
History with David Rubenstein.
Sunday at 2 p.m. on KRWG-Public Media.
PBS opens up new worlds, new perspectives for all of us, today and tomorrow.
With stories and performances that bring us together.
We can all share in the inspiration, the wonder, and the world that PBS brings into our homes.
Support your PBS station today.
On this season of Patty's Mexican Table, we are in the Yucatan Peninsula. ¡Qué rico! I'm gonna take all the things I learned here and put them to use in my kitchen so that you can use them too.
Thursday at 2:30 p.m. on KRWG-Public Media.
Welcome back. You're watching News 22. I'm Heba. Let's talk weather. Now, looking at today's temperatures, we had pretty high temperatures across the state. Farmington at 78 degrees, Santa Fe 72, Albuquerque 73, Clovis 85, Roswell 88, Deming 86, and Las Cruces 87. Now, taking it into tomorrow, we're going to see those temperatures drop just a tad. Farmington at 76, Santa Fe 73, Albuquerque 79, Clovis 87, Ruidoso 75, Las Cruces 86, and Deming 86 as well. Now, taking it into Alamogordo tonight, we will see a low of 52 degrees with clear skies, and tomorrow a high of 85 with clear sunny skies. Now, taking it into Truth or Consequences tonight, we will see a low of 47 degrees, again with clear skies, and tomorrow a high of 87 with sunny skies. In Silver City, golden conditions. Tonight, 44 degrees with clear skies. Tomorrow, 77 with sunny skies will be the high. And finally, here in the city of Las Cruces, the city of the crosses, tonight we will see a low of 52 degrees and tomorrow a high of 86 degrees. That's all I have for your local temperatures. Now we'll take it back to the desk for more news.
Thanks, Heba. Today is Founders Day, so every year at this time, faculty, staff, and students head to Traders Plaza to celebrate the founding of NMSU.
That's right. Since 2015, NMSU has celebrated Founders Day by bringing speakers, giving gifts, and a free lunch. Members of the NMSU community were welcome to attend this event to celebrate the campus history and future. It helps students build pride in their school.
I think it's important for the university to throw events like this. It brings us students together. Also builds pride in our school and all of that. So I think it's really important that NMSU throws events like this to help boost our pride within the school and also just bring us all closer together.
And don't worry if you were not able to attend this, because next year it happens again at Traders Plaza. And Diego is next with sports.
Thanks, guys. Coming up in sports, a tennis legend is testing his skills in a new sport. Maybe grab some popcorn, but don't go too far because News 22 Sports is next.
It would be easy to describe this show as a show about things, but you learn a lot about what we are as people.
I love the road show. I've been wanting to come to the road show for years, and I got the opportunity to be here today, and I wasn't going to miss it for anything.
Across the country, at every stop we make, people make Antiques Roadshow possible.
It's not about the money. I think it's about the story. We have things in our homes and they bring back memories for us.
And we know that Antiques Roadshow will find the interests and the history and the knowledge that we want preserved.
It's a wonderful experience, it really is, because you're not a number or an object, you are part of this roadshow family.
Call, text, or go online to give to this PBS station now.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
For the win! He got it!
Welcome back, I'm Diego Gallegos, and let's talk sports. The New Mexico State baseball team came up just short in their trip to Albuquerque yesterday. The Lobos led the Aggies 7-2 going into the 6th inning. And just when all hope seemed to be lost, bang! Junior infielder Bryce Campbell hit a one-run shot to left field to bring the deficit to 2. But unfortunately, their luck ran out as 2 straight strikeouts would leave the winning run on second base. The Aggies will travel on Thursday for an in-conference matchup with Middle Tennessee. And a big congratulations to NMSU senior Aiden Thomas, as just a couple hours ago he became the 2025 Conference USA Men's Golf Champion. Entering today, Thomas was tied for second place individually, just 1 stroke behind Liberty's Ike Joy. But in today's final round, Thomas putted in 5 total birdies to take the title with a score of 68. With the crowning of the title, Thomas becomes the first Conference USA champion in program history and only the second within the last 3 years for the school. And that's all for sports tonight. Join us for more sports action tomorrow. Still ahead on News 22, Heba will be back to take a look at your 5-day weather forecast.
My name is Jonathan Phillips. Join me on the journey of a lifetime as I explore one of history's greatest questions. How did the Christian faith move from its darkest early days to the moment when Constantine, master of the mighty Roman Empire, went on to be baptized himself? Come with me as I travel thousands of miles on the road from Christ to Constantine.
Sunday at 3:30 p.m. on KRWG-Public Media.
That is utterly remarkable.
Whales coming up?
Hold on. This is huge. Here we go! The more whales you have, the healthier the ocean is.
They're the biggest land animals that have ever existed.
The most special thing is going somewhere that nobody ever has before. It's perfect.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at our top stories.
A popular pastime here in Las Cruces could sometimes result in disaster, but Search and Rescue is here to help lost hikers, and rescue dogs are a big part of that team. While someone can bleed out in only 3 minutes, it can take responders 7 minutes to arrive, but Alamogordo residents are learning how to help in a bleeding emergency. And today's Founders Day brought students together to build pride over a free lunch. If you missed this one, don't worry, because it'll happen again next year.
Now let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. We're going to see low 90s across the board, and then at night we'll see our lows in the mid 50s. That's all I have for your 5-day forecast.
And that's all for News 22 Wednesday. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight.
Tune in tomorrow night for more news, but don't go too far because Maren Gregory is next with Noticias 22 en Español. I'm Giandra Hernandez.
And I'm Elijah Corrales. And from the whole News 22 team and myself, have a good night.
This news brief en español is brought to you by Noticias 22, la información más completa de Nuevo México, El Paso y la frontera. Noticias 22.
Hola, buenas tardes. Soy Maren Gregory. Gracias por estar con nosotros en Noticias 22. La historia sobre el tiroteo de El Paso tendrá su fin. El hombre, Patrick Cruces, fue declarado culpable por lo que sucedió en la tienda Walmart en El Paso. Cruces recibirá una condena perpetua sin la posibilidad de libertad condicional. Ayer el juicio se llegó a su fin después que el jurado escuchó las declaraciones de los testigos sobre el tiroteo que sucedió en agosto de 2019. El ayuntamiento de Uvalde, Texas, ha llegado a un acuerdo con las víctimas de las familias del tiroteo en la escuela primaria Robb de 2022. La ciudad otorgará compensación de $2 millones para las familias afectadas del tiroteo. Cabe recordar que murieron 21 personas, incluyendo 19 estudiantes y 2 maestros en el tiroteo en Uvalde, Texas, ubicado al oeste de San Antonio, Texas. En otras noticias, la gobernadora de Nuevo México, Michelle Lujan Grisham, rechazó una propuesta para hacer la barranca de Slot en un parque del estado. Sin embargo, la gobernadora menciona que otras prioridades deben ser. Partidarios del parque están decepcionados con el resultado. Esto es todo por mi parte. Gracias por acompañarnos y nos vemos mañana.